In the early 1960s, America was booming. The economy was thriving, the stock market was rising, and optimism filled the air. But behind this golden age of prosperity, a massive fraud was quietly brewing, one that would shake Wall Street to its very core. This is the story of the Great Salad Oil Scandal, one of the most astonishing cases of corporate deceit in American history. Our story begins with a man named Anthony Tino De Angelis. Born in the Bronx, De Angelis started his career in the food industry, working with edible oils, mainly soybean and salad oil. He wasn't a Wall Street insider or a banking genius. He was a businessman with big dreams and, as it turned out, no moral limits. In the 1950s, De Angelis founded a company called Allied Crude Vegetable Oil Refining Corporation, located in Bayonne, New Jersey. His goal was simple: to become the largest independent oil trader in America. But to achieve that, he needed money, a lot of it. And that's where his web of deception began. De Angelis' scheme was based on something very clever and very crooked. You see, he realized that banks and traders were willing to lend money to companies if they could show proof of large inventories. In his case, the inventory was salad oil, the kind used in food production. To secure loans, De Angelis stored his salad oil in giant metal tanks at his Bayonne facility. Inspectors from banks would come by to verify the contents. They'd open the top of the tanks, dip a measuring stick inside, and confirm that the tank was filled with oil. Everything seemed legitimate. But here's the trick: the tanks were mostly filled with seawater, with only a thin layer of oil floating on top. Because oil is lighter than water, it naturally rises to the surface. So when inspectors dipped their sticks into the tanks, they'd hit oil and assume the entire tank was full of it. De Angelis was, quite literally, sitting on an ocean of lies. With these fake oil reserves as collateral, De Angelis began to borrow heavily from some of the biggest financial institutions in the country. He convinced banks, trading companies, and even the American Express Company to back him with millions of dollars in credit. To keep the illusion going, De Angelis also manipulated the commodities market. He would buy and sell vegetable oil futures, creating the appearance of massive trading activity. The more he borrowed, the bigger his empire seemed to grow. By the early 1960s, Allied Crude claimed to own more than 1.8 billion pounds of salad oil, an absurdly high number that should have raised suspicions. But the bankers, hungry for profits, didn't look too closely. After all, this was the golden age of American finance, and few believed that such a large operation could be a fraud. Then, in November 1963, the bubble burst. A trader grew suspicious when oil shipments didn't match the reported inventories. Investigators were sent to Bayonne to check the tanks. What they discovered was shocking. Most of the oil was seawater. The tanks were nearly empty. The scandal exploded overnight. The truth came out. De Angelis had been using fake oil reserves to secure over $150 million in loans, equivalent to more than $1.5 billion today. Dozens of banks and firms were suddenly in danger of collapse. One of the biggest victims was American Express, which had lent millions to De Angelis. The scandal nearly destroyed the company's reputation and wiped out a huge portion of its stock value. It's said that this crisis was one of the main reasons a young investor named Warren Buffett decided to buy into American Express stock, believing the company would eventually recover. He was right. Buffett's investment later became legendary. As for De Angelis, his empire crumbled overnight. He was charged with fraud, conspiracy, and bankruptcy violations. During his trial, he claimed he was just a businessman who got a little too ambitious. The judge didn't buy it. De Angelis was sentenced to 7 years in prison. The Great Salad Oil Scandal had far-reaching consequences. It exposed major weaknesses in the financial system, especially how easily companies could manipulate collateral and deceive lenders. The government responded by tightening regulations on commodities storage and inspection. But beyond the financial damage, the scandal served as a powerful lesson about greed and trust. It showed how ambition, unchecked by ethics, could bring even the biggest institutions to their knees. After serving his time, De Angelis faded into obscurity. He later tried to return to business, but his reputation was destroyed. He spent the rest of his life far from the spotlight, a reminder of how one man's lies could ripple through the entire financial world. In the end, the Great Salad Oil Scandal wasn't just about oil. It was about the illusion of wealth, the fragility of trust, and the dangers of blind faith in paper profits. Even today, more than 60 years later, financial historians look back on this event as a warning. Proof that markets can be fooled, auditors can be deceived, and greed will always find a way to disguise itself as genius. The Great Salad Oil Scandal remains one of the most bizarre and unforgettable chapters in Wall Street history. A tale of saltwater, salad oil, and the human hunger for more.